What is up, everyone? My name is Pryce and welcome to my YouTube channel. Quick bit of backstory to set you guys up for today's video. About 3 years ago, I started my van life journey in a 1986 Dodge B150 conversion van. I bought her used, did some quick renovations, named her Ruby, and moved in full time. At the time, I was starting my own social media and digital marketing company, and the van kind of served as an experiment for me with minimalism. As an entrepreneur, I felt it was really important to kind of find my bottom line, my absolute bare minimum for living and comfort so that I could put everything else that I had into my business. Ruby and I drove all over Southern California and northern Baja, Mexico, taking pictures, making videos, and building my life as an entrepreneur. But about a year and a half ago, my girlfriend and I moved into an apartment here right by the beach in San Diego. Van life was fun, but my business was growing kind of quickly and I needed a little bit more stability in my life to make sure that I could service my clients as best as possible. Shortly after that, I actually started renting Ruby out on a great service called Outdoorsy. It's kind of like Airbnb for RVs and campers. Really quickly though, I got a really big response. People were flying into San Diego International Airport from all over the world and renting Ruby to go do things like visit national parks, do that classic and quintessential road trip up the California coast, and hit the music festivals. That was going really great, but as an older van, Ruby needed a lot of work and maintenance to keep her going, and that was kind of cutting into the profits I was making from renting her, and it was taking time and it was just headache, and I didn't really want to deal with it anymore. So I found someone else here in San Diego who was excited to start their van life journey. I finished the restorations and brought Ruby as close to factory condition as I could and handed her off. I used the money from that sale to buy a 2008 Ford E150 so that I could start from scratch. And that was about a year ago, and since then I've been taking all of my free time on nights and weekends to build the thing piece by piece, mostly by myself with just a little bit of help here and there. Now, rewind just a little bit. Most of my time that I've been building my business for myself, I've been really only focused on my online presence on Instagram because I started out as a photographer first. So when I started doing the build, I wanted to share it with my followers, but I was really only doing just some stories, a little bit here, a little bit there. But because I do love making videos, and at that point I was producing up to as many as 2 YouTube videos per week for some of my clients, I kind of naturally just started putting a little bit more effort into every episode that I did. But now, because I've decided to start putting these on YouTube, I have to apologize for vertical video. It was never my intention to put these on YouTube, but it's kind of gotten to that point. It makes the most sense for me to do it. So moving forward, no more vertical video, but just bear with me for these first few. Hopefully most of you guys don't care, but as a videographer, it makes me cringe so much. All right, enough of me being a needy artist. Let's just roll it. What is up, Instagram fam? I've got 2 things to talk about today. One, I'm really sorry. I've been terrible about updating everything here. I've been so busy with work, which is a great thing, but I kind of need to get back to my passions. Number 2, it's about my van. Ruby, she's gone. It's actually okay. I sold her, made some money. She's going to a good home. And now that we're going out with the old and in with the new, someone to introduce you guys to. Meet Blanca. Blanca is a 2008 Ford E150. There's no modifications, nothing to this. It is a completely blank canvas, empty cargo van. So her name is 1, because she's a blank canvas, 2, because she's white, and 3, because I love Mexico. She'll be going down there a lot. So I thought it was only appropriate to give her a Hispanic name. I'll show you guys around. So this is the inside. When I got it, there was no flooring in it. It was just a carpet, but I've put in, there's a little bit of insulation and a subfloor and then some vinyl flooring. We've got this nice aluminum trim to kind of tidy everything up. You can see I've got it around these edges too. But this is it so far, so it's still relatively a new build. I've got a lot planned. Let's go show you some of the stuff that's gonna go in. So now that you've seen the inside of the van, it's time to show you the inside of the garage. It's my workshop. This is my favorite room in the house. I have so much fun in here, and right over here on my my table saw and my workbench, we've got everything that's going inside the van. I'll show you what we got. So it's all just a bunch of boxes right now, but all of this will become my new camper van. So let's see, we'll start on the roof. We've got solar panel. Next is the Max Air fan. This thing's pretty freaking cool. It's got a whole bunch of different speeds. It's got a rain sensor, so it closes automatically if it starts raining. I don't want to get wet. Next, we've got a 2-burner gas stove that's going in next to a nice stainless steel sink. This thing's so pretty. I'm so excited to put it in. Then we've got some curtain tracks for privacy. Got some nice little compact LED pocket lights. Yes, I am gonna have running water in this one. This is my nice water pump. And then all of the electrical stuff that's gonna be powering it, from wires to inverters to relays and fuses, all that kind of stuff. That's all in there. So now you've seen the inside of the van, you've seen the inside of the garage. Let's talk about where that stuff is going in there. All right, from the back, I'll give you guys a little tour of where everything's gonna be going. So obviously the roof vent fan will be kind of up here, up in the middle somewhere. I'm gonna do a retractable kind of bench style bed. So it'll all push into the wall for a bench kind of seating, then pull out to meet the cabinets over on this side to create a nice double bed to fit 2 of us. In front of that, I don't have it yet, but I'm hoping to get it soon, is a Dometic fridge. These things are sweet. I met some of their people at Outdoor Retailer last year and just fell in love with the product and decided I had to have it in my next van. Over on this side, there'll be one big cabinet along the entire way. From the back, this is where all the electrical will be, battery, fuses, charge controller, so on and so forth. Next, over the wheel well, I'm gonna have a sink with running water. Fresh water and gray water tanks will probably kind of sit right here in front of the wheel well. And then next to that, in the big cabinet, is gonna be the stove. I'm gonna have it right here in front of this second door, so we can kind of open that door and have a nice view outside while cooking dinner. So that's all I have to show you guys today. It's not that much. I'm still in the very early stages of the build, but more to come soon. I can't wait for this thing to be ready. I'm hoping to actually have it done in like the next few months so it's ready to rent out for the summer and for road trips, let's be honest. It's all about the road trips. But keep checking back. I'm gonna keep all of these in a highlight in my bio so you guys can watch the whole build from start to finish. And as always, thanks for supporting everything I do here on my Instagram channel. I'll see you guys soon. All right, we're doing a real fast job today. You can't tell, but the sun is almost down. I have maybe like half an hour left of light. We are getting solar installed right now. I have already drilled the holes for the cables. Now we are attaching the panel. Hopefully we get it done in time. So what I've got is some butyl tape all the way around. I've already drilled the holes, the cables are run through. Butyl tape under this to seal everything. We'll end up trimming off all of this extra butyl tape and throwing a bead of silicone around just for some extra precaution against leaks. Pretty much the same thing for the solar panel. I've got some butyl tape, some washers, some nuts. I'll do a whole bunch of these down around the whole thing so that it's all nice and secure and watertight. All right, sun's almost down. I think it was just sunset, but we're good. Panels installed, wires are going through. I'm gonna do a little bit of cable management right here. Call it a day. What's up, Insta fam? New day, new light. So we finished everything up here yesterday, so now it's just tidy little cable. And we're gonna finish setting up the solar power system. So all that's left to do now is just to kind of plug everything in. So we've got the charge controller and our inverter. We'll go ahead and get this wired up, and then I'll have running electricity in the van. All right, so I just wired everything up all sloppily just to test it out, and it's not quite working. It's almost there, but I think there's something wrong with the battery, which is fine because it's the old battery from my last van. I just wanted to test it. I do have a new one coming that's specifically for this solar power system, so I'll just test it all again when that comes in a few days. And the next thing we're doing today, installing the ceiling fan. So I've got the corners drilled out. I started cutting, but the blade wasn't the right one, so we're switching it out now and ripping a hole in my roof. And now there's a hole in my roof. Test fit, successful. Let's seal her up. So after a lot of cleaning of metal shavings, a couple broken drill bits, and some time, she's in. Yeah. Well, the new battery came in today. I built a little box to hold everything, wired it up, and now we're testing out my mattress for Baja this weekend. I think it's pretty safe to say it works. It's been about 2 weeks since I got to work on the van last, and I'm running a bit behind schedule, but that's okay because today we're doing wires. I've done a lot of it, but I've already run out, so we're heading back to the store to get more to finish up. Got more cable, time to finish the wiring. And the wiring's all done. Unfortunately, this little rat's nest has to stay here until pretty much the end of the build when everything gets plugged in, but I do have labels on all of my wires so I know exactly what is going where, and I'll make it nice and easy. I've got wires run for the lights, for the fan, the fridge, a light switch, and some outlets, and my water pump. And the next step is cutting furring strips. Not furry strips, that would be weird, but furring strips. This is what the insulation, the wall panels, and the ceiling will be attached to. As you can see here, I've already got a few in, but if you've ever watched a van build before, you know that nothing about these walls or ceilings are square, so it is a little weird to get everything kind of lined up parallel and even so the wall sits nice. And I am running out of daylight, so I don't think I'm going to get to the insulation today, so I'm just going to keep ripping on some of these and getting them installed until tomorrow. Day 2 of furring strips. Yesterday we got that side done. Today we're going to get this side done and the ceiling. Alright, passenger side's done. Did the driver's side yesterday. Now it's time for the roof. Ceiling strips are all done. Now it's time for insulation. I'm not doing a normal insulation because it's San Diego. It's normally more hot than anything. So this is actually a heat barrier more than insulation to help keep the heat out rather than keep it in. So the insulation is pretty much done. It does kind of look like a spaceship in here, but that's only until we get the wall panels and the ceiling strips up. I am hoping to get that done before next weekend, although the likelihood of that happening is very slim. Today is one of those days when nothing seems to be going according to plan. So 2 things are happening. One, I'm working here in the sun and my floor is getting all hot and it is warping and bending, and I am incredibly OCD and this is not gonna work. The other thing that is happening today is I was trying to install the wall panels, and the wood that I got is just ever so slightly too thick and strong, and it won't bend to the curve of the wall. It's just fighting me and fighting me and fighting me, and that only spells trouble down the road, even if I'm able to force it today. So today was a learning experience on what not to do next time. I've got to return the wall panels that I did not already cut up, and I don't know if I'm keeping this floor. I love the way it looks, but it's Southern California. It gets really hot here, and a floor that bends and warps in the heat, again, it's just not going to work. All right, we are back at the van build, and we've got walls. They are much thinner than the last ones that I tried. I don't know if I like the look of all of these screws, so I'm still playing with the final install, but at least I can kind of start moving forward on this part of the project again. All right, done for tonight. I've got the 2 back wall panels cut. Luckily enough, the back wall is symmetrical left and right side, so one template got me 2 wall panels. It's the first break I've got this entire build. Sun just set. I don't feel like pushing myself tonight. I already had a full day of work, so we're gonna save these for the next day. And we're on our way to go pick up ceiling planks. I've been working for a bunch of hours today already. I haven't really been filming much. I've been more worried about just getting stuff done because I am still falling behind schedule. I did get walls up. You can kind of see it right there, little sneak preview. I'll show it to you in just a little bit. But yeah, on our way to the store to get some tongue and groove for the ceiling, some more screws, and I'm also looking for a nice durable paint that will let me kind of just wash everything off with water without having to worry about water damage. See you guys in a bit. Ceiling boards are going up. Another busy day. Haven't really filmed much, but I got stuff done. We've got walls, we've got ceiling, and we've got lights. Okay, back to the van build. Whew. Yeah, so you can probably see there's a few things different already. Come on, I'll show you what I did. So we'll go kind of in the order that things got done. First, you'll notice, got some nice white walls now. It's so pretty. What I ended up doing, instead of painting this, because I am, as I keep saying, kind of behind schedule, I want to get things done ready for the season. Instead of taking, a week to paint this thing or whatever it was going to take, I opted for some melamine walls. So it's like a particle board with this like almost plastic layer over it that's white. The reason why I chose that is A, time, and B, it'll just be easy to clean. I can kind of just take a wet paper towel and just wipe off any dirt or grime or anything. Next thing I did, I stained the ceiling. So you guys notice what's going on yet? Not that I'm upside down. I'm talking about the color palette here. Between the floor, the ceiling, the trim pieces here, and now my white walls, you guys might start to see a color palette coming together. So everything's going to either be white, gray, silver, or black. That's kind of the general motif. I think it'll help things kind of feel big, bright, but also cool when it's really hot here in the summer. There is going to be one accent color. I haven't decided. It's either going to be lime green or like a very bright color poppy blue. What do you guys think? Let me know quickly though. I'm starting to get a head rush up here. The other thing I did was I did take out the floor. It's not gone. I still have everything, but I'm going to install it more towards the end once all of my cabinetry is in place, so there will be less surface area to heat up and warp, and I can also install it knowing that it's going to warp and leave room for floor. So I've caught you guys up on everything that I've done. We'll go over some next steps here in a second, but first, I showed you guys a box that came in the other day and told you that I would unveil it, and I think the time is now. All right, it's right here. Let's see what we got. Open it up. What? It's empty. Just kidding. It finally came in. I got my Dometic fridge. This thing is the CFX 35 portable fridge freezer combo. So let me tell you a little bit about my new friend here. This is the Dometic CFX 35 portable fridge freezer combo. It can hold up to 34 quarts or 32 liters for my friends in metric. And this thing can either plug into an inverter or straight 12 volt. And I have both options. I'm probably going to hardwire it to my battery because I can. And it uses like no power. I have a single 100 amp hour battery that's going to run this, charge my cell phone, my laptop, my cameras, run the ceiling fan, the lights, and I'm not worried about it. If the only thing that I was doing was using this on the battery, that 100 amp hour battery would last me 80 hours. And I don't need that. I'm in Southern California. We get sun every single day, so I'm golden, stoked. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on it, as, we get through the build and as we actually start getting out there and testing all the stuff that we bought. We're going to be talking a lot about this thing. I'm excited for it. All right, so what's next is framing out the wheel wells and the gas line. Just some simple boxes just to kind of clean everything up and close it off. And then after that, my kitchen cabinet will be going along here. The bed will be getting built here. And that beautiful Dometic CFX 35 is going to be mounted right here. All right, guys, so that was episode 0.5 of building Blanca. I promise it gets better after this. I would love to know what you guys think of it so far down in the comments. And while you're there, make sure you go subscribe to the channel and ring the little notification bell so that you'll get notified anytime I put up new videos. And until then, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that this video was exciting, and I'll see you in the next episode.